Welcome, welcome. This is Brian Johnson. Get my little contraption set up for tonight. And if this is your first time connect with me, just type a yes and where you're connecting with me from. This is actually my second broadcast that we've actually done from Think Great Lose Weight instead of my personal page. So we're going to start moving our posts over to Think Great Lose Weight. So here's what you can expect tonight. I'm going to be going over two of my favorite smoothies that are amazingly simple to do, simple to, what's up Chris? Simple all the way around. And they can massively improve your well-being, your vibrance, and definitely your health and wellness. So I'm going to get started here pretty quick. If you have any questions, feel free. If you're on, Chris, please share. It'll take probably a few minutes for people to kind of trickle in since this is the first time that we've actually done trainings from Think Great Lose Weight. So we'll work through that and kind of mosey on through that. So just a little bit stuff about myself. If this is your first time connecting with me, I'm super grateful for you. Chris and I both do trainings on here 3 to 4 times a week at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time always. That way you know for sure what time they come on. And really the whole reason why we do these is for personal education, so that we can educate you on some of the stuff that we have seen create miracles on a consistent basis. We're going to be sharing it directly with you for free so you can use it in your own life. And ultimately, you've probably heard the saying before, is knowledge is power, and you've been lied to. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only powerful if it's used consistently at the right time in the right place, provided it is the correct information, which is key. So we are most enthusiastic about sharing with you the truth. That way, the truth will set you free. So just a little quick background on myself. I've been in the health and wellness journey for 31 years now. I started when I was 7 years old, which most people are like, really? I'm like, yeah, I got started real early. What's up, Freddie? And this is just what I've devoted my whole life to being a student of and mastering at the same time. So Chris and I have a lot of time invested in this, and specifically in getting into disease-specific nutrition reversals. So tonight, we're actually going to talk about specific foods, what they do, why you put them in your smoothie, and really how to make them work for you. Because what I found that's very uncommon knowledge for someone to be able to go into the grocery store and to actually understand why I would get wheatgrass if I had blood pressure issues, or why I would get ginger if I had pain issues, or if I had stomach issues and I had nausea, why would I actually get ginger? So we're going to talk about those things tonight. So without further ado, allow me to share some information with you. My invitation for you is to suspend your disbelief and allow me to present some information to you that I've seen work time and time again. And just let me know what questions you have, and I will get to those at the end. Chris, will you post something on our personal page? Because I know there's people that are already asking me questions. I see them pop across my screen. What's up, Freddie? So, Ken Laney Fit. Yeah, so I'm actually at Ken's house right now. So first off, let me just share with you what I'm doing here. Okay, this gadget right here, this is a Blendtec blender. It's a 3 horsepower blender. Like, if you're gonna really enjoy your smoothie making experience, I recommend only getting a Blendtec, only getting a Vitamix, or getting a Bullet. Those are the ones that I know for a fact work. I personally have given away probably 2 or 3 Ninjas because they just don't have the gas to do what we're going to do tonight. And it's really important for you to enjoy your smoothie making experience as well as it is for you to enjoy your smoothie. And the better chewed up and masticated the vegetables, the skins, and the rinds are, the better off you're going to be able to absorb them and to maximally utilize the medicines that are within all of the skins, the seeds, and the rinds. So that's really one of the beautiful things about, what's up Trixie? One of the beautiful things about using a blender versus a juicer. And I have coaches that are both high-level coaches from 2 different spectrums. One likes blending and the other one likes juicing. I personally like blending because it allows you to get all the skins and seeds and the rinds, which is when you're juicing, you kind of get rid of those. And here's my opinion. There are people that are very successful using juicing protocols like my coach, like the Gerson therapy. Now, using blending, here's what you can expect. there's a lot of medicines in the seeds and the skins and the rinds that you don't get when you juice. And my whole question to you is this. If you're really looking to front load a bunch of high level nutrients, what happens is when those high level nutrients come into your body, they push up all of the negative or less than optimal bad nutrients and stuff that are floating around through your body. So you have front loaded nutrients, good stuff that pushes out the toxins. Now, if you're pulling out all of the skins and the seeds, and the rinds, which is the fiber, that is really what's helping you to excrete through your bowel movements the toxins. So I think it's vastly important that you at least try both. In my opinion, you don't waste anything when you're using a blender, which I like much better. I have a hard time wasting all this stuff when I do juices. So really find what works for you and just implement that and just start from there, which is really the key. So without further ado, let's kind of get started. So I always use Kangen water. Right now I've got 16 ounces in there. This is a 9.5 pH restructured water molecule with some liquid mint flavored green chlorophyll. What's up, Jeff Davis? So making sure that you have a good water base is really essential to help you to have an amazing smoothie. And so you're not taking, like if I was going in here and getting ice cubes out of here, those ice cubes are probably made with tap water. So it depends on how conscious you're desiring to be with your smoothie as far as to what things you would put in there and what things you would not. So what I have in there is 16 ounces of a 9.5 pH restructured water, Kangen water. That's the first one. Okay, and the first one I'm going to make with you is a smoothie that I use when I'm fasting. So when I'm not eating till 2 o'clock, this is the exact smoothie that I do. There's no sugars in it. It's very high in micronutrients and it's super saturated with very high level antioxidants. And it's massively boosted with oxygen, which is what boosts my alkalinity, boosts my well-being, gets rid of toxins, and enhances my well-being because of the pH distribution. The pH change, if my body's very acidic, it'll shift it over into alkalinity, which is where you're going to function best. One thing that's very important, a disease, an illness, cancer, any of that, none of that can exist in an oxygen-rich environment. Oxygen rich means that there are green vegetables in there. It means there's green alkaline water. Anytime you have the word alkaline, that means oxygen is present. When you have acidic, that means oxygen is not present. So making sure you understand those two terminologies, because that ultimately is the key to you thriving and you not thriving, is the presence of oxygen. That's why breathing is so vastly important for you. What's up, Josh? Hey, I will get to... Awesome. I'll literally get to questions in a little bit. I'll have Ken open them up on his computer because I can't see them from that far off. So just keep interacting. I'll ask questions. Just post everything on the board. And towards the end, I'll go back and answer everything for you. And Ken will open them up so he'll help me facilitate along the way. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So here's the piece of ginger. Literally in my hand, it's about this big. It's about that big of a piece. Let me see it with light. There you go. Now, that's a lot of ginger. So one of the things that most people don't know is it does not take a lot of ginger. If you put too much ginger, you will ruin your smoothie. Just giving you a forehand. And here's some important stuff. Like if you're on blood thinners, this will already thin your blood. If you are cold consistently, this will help you out because ginger is amazingly potent. It brings heat. Like you literally can make a shot of, fire water. You could do a 2-ounce piece of this. You could probably do this whole piece and make something called fire water. It is extremely potent from a medicinal painkiller level with no type of toxicity. Here's something else you may find helpful. Ginger has 9 compounds that are very similar to serotonin, which means they help with anxiety, they help with digestion, they help with circulation, they help with a lot of different things. Ginger is one of those. It's one of our top 7 superfoods when you're talking super herbs. So ginger is amazing. Getting it in its root form is truly probably one of the best ways that you can do that. So here's what we're going to do first. Next one is I have a lime that I've already shaved off. Okay, I'm going to put the whole thing in there because when you're doing green vegetables, if you are not putting type of lemon or lime in there, you are a professional because they do not taste very good without lemon or lime in them. So all I'm going to do first is this. I'll show you. So I put that whole lime in there, or lemon. I'm going to take half of this cucumber and I'm going to put the cucumber in there. Now, cucumber yields a lot of water, so if you have 12 ounces, 16 ounces, be mindful, it's going to add a bit more. One of the cool things about cucumber is that it's extremely alkaline. It's probably one of your most alkaline vegetables, and it actually is great for helping to balance out blood sugars. So if you're a diabetic, cucumbers are amazingly helpful and amazingly potent for helping to balance out your blood sugars. Now, let's just say you're not diabetic and you're looking to drop body fat and you're looking to be more effective. Using cucumber will help you significantly because of what it does on an insulin level, okay? Another thing for you, if you are trying to combat osteoporosis and increase your bone density, cucumbers are extremely high in silica. One of the most important things that people don't know is silica is what's responsible for building your bones, your hair, skin, and your nails. It's not so much calcium, which we've been led to believe by the dairy industry, which is actually a lie. Calcium is alkaline though, and it's not coming from milk that actually where it's very helpful. Milk is very acidic and is not helpful for you at all unless you're getting some type of goat's milk, which is most resemblant to human milk, or some very clean milk in Ireland and places like that, which isn't necessarily too available around here. So cucumber, extremely alkaline, great if you're getting urinary tract infections. The cucumber is extremely helpful, and especially during the summer times coming up, if you're living in the United States or Texas, specifically Austin, sweating a lot, these are very potent at helping you to rehydrate your body. Great for your skin as well. Anytime you're talking hydration, you're talking alkalinity, you're talking on point with skin, hair, and nails and things like that. So here's the next thing. This is one of my favorites. Wheatgrass. I love wheatgrass because it's extremely alkaline. It gives you a major boost in energy, and it is also very effective at dropping your blood pressure. So if you have blood pressure issues, wheatgrass is very potent. I like this one, but I kind of like getting a little bit more. But here's what I'll do, is I'll take it and I will cut. I'll probably put half of this in there first. And then what you can do is you can put a little bit of water in there and you can put it in the sunlight and it grows a little more, so you get a couple of usages out of it. I've got one or two more things I'm going to add in there, but first what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind all of these up first since they're a little bit more coarse. So just bear with me for a moment, earplug your ears. I'm going to zap these for a minute to break down all the ginger, to break down the lemon, to break down the cucumber, and to break down the wheatgrass. So hang tight. As you can see, this is a very strong blender. So now what I'm going to do next, if you caught my video yesterday, I posted one on my personal page, and it probably made it to my other ones. It's only 36 seconds long. It's a video that I did while I was in Costco, and these right here are the power greens that I showed in that green bag that I went and bought. That literally, they're all organic. You buy them, you take them home, you put them in your freezer, and now I don't have to add ice. So I brought these obviously because I'm not at my house, I'm at Ken's house. So here's what I'm doing. So I'm just going to take all these after I already broke them down, and all I'm going to do is zap them up. Now, this also has a mixture of kale, has a mixture of spinach, has a mixture of Swiss chard. So I'll zap this real quick and we'll talk about it for a minute. It's very important the order that you put things in, and I'll explain to you a little more when we make this next smoothie. Here's the second thing. I always keep mine in glass jars, and I keep mine with plastic lids because these will rust. Now, the beautiful thing about Swiss chard is that it is very packed with nutrients, well into the thousands of different phytochemicals and phytonutrients. Now, dang it, that's close. Second thing is, it's filled with some stuff called syringic acid. Most people don't know that. So people who are actually insulin dependent, meaning type 1 diabetic, this stuff acts like just taking a shot of insulin. So if you do that, be very mindful. Swiss chard has that effect in it, okay? It also has some stuff called vitamin K1, which is a blood thickener. If you are on blood thinners, you need to be very mindful of doing any type of kale and doing any type of Swiss chard. Kale also, be mindful of, has goitrogenic properties. I mean, if you have thyroid issues, slow thyroid issues, you may want to be mindful of doing kale. On a healthier side, the green kale is massively high in magnesium, which is it's responsible for over 300 different biochemical reactions in our body. One of the most important things for magnesium is that it brings ease to our nervous system. It's what's responsible for muscle contraction. It's what's responsible for our heart functioning. It's responsible for bowel movements being nice and consistent. So a lot of people are magnesium deficient. And if you're looking to get a good magnesium supplement, check out our product called Vitality Products on Amazon, and you can actually get some magnesium with the same stuff that I use, which works extremely well. So I'm going to take a sip and see how it turned out. To be honest with you, tastes like you just mowed the yard and put a lemon in it. So that's this one. Now all I'm going to do is put it in the fridge. So I'll sip on this in the morning. I sip on it throughout the day. We're going to wash this smoothie out, and now we're going to make one that's going to be a little bit more performance driven. So when I say performance driven, I'm talking about pre and post workout shake. Is there any questions so far? All right. Questions so far? What's up, Melinda? What's up, Priscilla? Not yet. All right, so here's what we're going to do next. Same thing still applies. Still going to put 12 ounces of water. Always use a good, clean water. Now, here's the next thing. This time, I'm going to make this one with carbohydrates. So what that means is I've got a purple sweet potato that I've already cut up. For those of you that didn't see my purple sweet potato video a couple days ago, purple sweet potato is really potent. It has something called anthocyanins in it, which is the purple stuff. And what a lot of people don't know is that it kills cancer cells. It actually causes something or creates something called apoptosis, which is the technical term for cancer cells creating suicide or killing themselves, which is ideal when you're talking cancer cell, when you're talking trying to or choosing to reverse any type of cancer issues, right? So here's what I'm going to do first. Since this one has got more to it, meaning it has more stuff to break up so that your smoothie tastes good, I like doing this one first and then throwing my other stuff on it so that I can blend it up, because there's nothing worse than actually making it and drinking your smoothie and getting a big cheap piece of sweet potato in your mouth. Not a great idea. Well, it's alright, I'm used to it, but if you're really looking to enjoy your experience, you definitely want to be mindful of that. That's why you would do the sweet potato first to ground it up. And honestly, sweet potato adds a really good flavor to it. It's a very amazing carbohydrate. It's very low sugar, which means if you are diabetic or you are trying to drop body fat, purple sweet potato works amazingly well at balancing out your insulin levels. Because let's face it, being completely Brian with you, the only way for you to stay really healthy and to thrive and have massive longevity and to increase the quantity and quality of your life is to control your insulin levels. Meaning all the foods that we eat have a certain insulin level that they secrete. It's called a glycemic index, which means it's how fast a food breaks down into our body and turns into sugar. The lower you can keep your insulin levels, the better off you're going to be, because you're going to have less inflammation, you're going to have less fat storage, you're going to have lots of stuff, cortisol release, all kinds of stuff. So keeping your insulin low to completely leveled out is one of the most important things you can do for dropping body fat and being as healthy as possible. So hold that thought. Any questions, go ahead and post them now. I'm going to hit this and grind it up for a minute. thing is a beast in a good way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some of this wheatgrass. I like adding it in my smoothie. And the beautiful thing about making these is you can make these the night before and then you can totally drink them the next day. I'll go ahead and add this cucumber as well. And the beautiful thing about it is cucumber doesn't really taste that great by itself. And when you have some mild fruits in it, like I'm going to add blueberries here in a second, you'll be surprised at how much the blueberries will kind of knock out the flavor. And this one could actually even use some cinnamon in it too, which would be really good. All right, so we have that. Now I'm going to add some blueberries. I have about 1.5 cups of blueberries in here. So I've got about a 5-ounce sweet potato in there, which is about 35 grams of carbs. I've got 1.5 cups of wild organic blueberries in here, which is another 17 grams, so 12, 10, about another 27 grams of carbohydrates. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to zap them one more time. I'm going to find some cinnamon. So far, super simple. Nothing you could not do on your own. And you saw how long it's taken me to do this. And that's with actually talking about everything too, which is a little bit longer of a process. So here's what I'm doing now. The reason why I'm going to add cinnamon to this is because A, it's going to help the flavor a little bit. But B, most importantly, this is a blood sugar balancer. So if you find yourself falling asleep after you eat your meals, this can be very helpful for you to help balance that out. This is also a great antibiotic, and it's also great if you're having candida, which is yeast, which is overabundance of sugar. So also keep in mind, candida is also the mindset of doubting, which can be very important to understand that first so you understand why it's actually coming about. So here's what we're doing. We're adding some cinnamon in here. And then my last, I'm glad that's not cayenne pepper. My last addition here is this. I add my protein last. I add protein on this smoothie because this is a pre and a post-workout smoothie. This is non-fasting day food. Okay, so I have about 45 grams. This is a mixture of some new stuff I call Paleo Pro, which had a really good flavor. It's a beef and an egg. Yeah, egg and a beef. And then I've also got a scoop of Vega protein in there as well. It's a good blend. I always add the protein last because I don't want to denature it by heating it up in my smoothie. So I will put it in there after everything's done when it's kind of cold. Oh. Don't need that though, huh? Alright, now, all I'm going to do here is this. And you could add whatever type of protein you want. I really don't recommend doing too many whey proteins unless it's a really, really, really good one. And of course, if your body likes it. Here's how you can tell if your body does not like it. If you get dried up or you notice that it's hard for you to breathe, your nasal cavities get congested, that's no bueno. That's not what you want. You want to be able to breathe nice and fluid, nice and clear. Let's try that. Oh yeah, it's a good one. Now I'm going to put it in this jar. Ken, you want some of this? There you go. Awesome. So literally, that took us 24 minutes, including me talking about it and giving you some knowledge on right there in the blender on what on what it does and how you can actually make it work for you. So, is there any questions? How many of those do you do a day? Great question, Trixie. So I preferably will do 1 to 2 smoothies a day. Just depends on. I typically will do 2 a day. I don't recommend doing more than 2, although Ken and Chris both did a blending smoothie fast for a week where they drank nothing but smoothies all day long. They said they felt great. They actually put on muscle tissue and dropped body fat because of the amount of micronutrients, which is really interesting. I believe that if you integrate smoothies into your life, it will change your life if you're consistent with it. I can tell you that that was one of the biggest advancements in my health and wellness. My skin, how I felt, my digestion, balancing out some of my allergies and some of my immune challenges that I was having through foods. Drinking smoothies made a massive difference on how I felt and how I was sleeping and things like that. So I'm going to check out and see if there's any other questions. I literally just made some smoothies with my wife and then all this. Awesome, Joshua. Thanks for joining. What's up, Terry? What's up, Jeff? Yes, blending. Have you checked out sugar coated? What is that? Not sure what that is, bud. And then Trixie, you and I just hung out for a while. You just got a Vitamix today. Goodbye Bullet 900, or got my Bullet 900. Goodbye Ninja. Yeah, I gave away about 4 or 5, 3 Ninjas actually. Awesome. What's up, Freddie? So does anyone have any questions on what I've talked about so far? We went through kind of fast. I wasn't really looking to take up a whole lot of tonight. I have some things that I get to do and was just choosing to share a moment with you and thought that that would be really helpful for you. Now here's the key. If you're really looking to master this information for yourself and you're really looking to understand like what type of smoothies you can do for pain, what type of smoothies you can do for ADD, what type of smoothies you can do for digestive issues, what type of smoothies you can do to reverse illnesses, this is a conversation for you. We have all of this stuff done in our Nutrition Empowerment Series, which is 6 hours of information on specifically what foods do what. Why ginger has 9 compounds, what else it's good for, things about wheatgrass, all that stuff. If you're really serious about taking your knowledge to the next level, that is obviously undoubtedly your next stop. It's information that you can stop, you can start, you can pause, you can take notes, and it's extremely to the point, like to the point where you can walk through your grocery store and understand why you would use kiwis to reverse asthma or to help your breathing capacity. All of that stuff is in there. If you're serious about it, here's what I'll do. For the next 5 people, I'll open up a discount of 60% on our Nutrition Empowerment Series. And I'm not going to stop at that. I'm going to give you a couple of other things. Bonus number 1, I'm going to give you my grocery store food tour where I went through the grocery store for an hour and talked about how to reverse your ADD, talked about how to boost your digestion, talked about how to boost your immune system by 85%, all from the grocery store. I'm going to give you that as your bonus. Second bonus I'm going to give you is our smoothie making video that we made, kind of like this, but we're going through a whole nother different array of smoothies. I'm going to give you that as your gift as well. And here's your last one. We're going to put you in our closed Facebook group where you can ask questions and you can intermingle with all the other people who have taken our products and our programs, so you have a tribe of people you can connect with that are like-minded on the same mission as you and can offer collectively support, which is what we're going to help you out with. So if you're serious about that, trust me, this information will change your life if you use it. And for what we're giving it to you for, it's a steal considering what we've paid in learning it and actually just being involved in mastering the skills and the craft. We're giving it to you for a fraction of the price. So if you're looking to take advantage of what I'm sharing with you, go to thinkgreatloseweight.com, go to Education Center, go to Nutrition Empowerment. When you click on it, it's going to run you through a page where Chris and I talk about it. You can read the information, or you can go straight through those pages and then just enter your credit card information. Your total investment will be $199 versus $499. It's only for the next 5 people, and the 3 bonuses you're going to get are you're going to get my grocery store food, you're going to get our smoothie training video that Chris and I created, and you're also going to get added to our Facebook group. Once you enroll, make sure you shoot me a message so that I can give you the codes for the other 2 programs. And most importantly, I would like to connect with you and have a conversation with you to see how I can support you on your journey. So that's all I have for you. Hopefully you had an amazing night. You know how to get a hold of me. Just shoot me a message if you have questions. And on a more serious note, if you are ready to take your own personal health and wellness to the next level and you're ready to start doing some one-on-one coaching, you can message me for that as well. We'll have a conversation, see if you're a good fit for what I do, and see how we can connect and move forward together. So have an amazing night. That's all I got. Remember, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. Bye-bye. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on our Think Great Lose Weight page. Bye.